Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the recovery addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They got
there.
the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the recovery addict live stream in their court.
The fireworks are not done.
Oh, we're doing commentary on it. Dati hihiyang ka points versus lobby.
Still testing, guys. Still testing. Apologize for this. My mouse is, I don't know where my mouse is. See if we can get everything back over here. Thomas is here. Okay. You got music, you got audio.
Yep.
And can you click on anything?
Go to comments. Negative.
Okay, we're going to stop the music. That was good fun. Let's see. Psychic says music was skipping a bit. Music isn't great. Were you having it? Was it sound bad on your side?
Yeah, it sounded like it was coming maybe from another device and then getting picked up from a different microphone rather than a direct feed.
Sir, you're
Is it
charged
still
with
doing that?
especially aggravated kidnapping. You're
That's
also
better.
charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the recovery addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
sounds
matter.
more like your older direct feed right in.
That's strange because I did not change anything. I just played
That's what my mic keeps doing. I don't change anything, and then it just goes haywire.
This is why hardware is so much better than software. I agree. Ivan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you both able to click on the comments now?
Nope.
I cannot. But
Your
do
audio.
I have to have a StreamYard login myself, I imagine?
Yeah, you'll have to be logged in as your email. Let's see. Let me.
Yeah.
That's probably why. I guess I go create one real fast.
Use your email that you sent me. Don't share it right here because you're public. But
I'm going to let you guys go.
okay. Thanks, JT. Appreciate it.
I hope it works.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.
Got to get a code real quick.
Your audio is really, really scratchy.
That's wild. It works right at first, and it just goes down really quick.
Is there anything you can do that fixes it?
That's a good question.
Is it like defaulting to the other Roadmaster output?
Are you about to get to it, Jennifer?
Hey, look, here's Amber.
That was it.
It defaults to the other one?
No, sorry. I can click comments now. I just clicked Ivan.
Okay.
So I just have to log in when you send me that link. Now, audio. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
See, I just went back to the Pro multi-channel. So this one will start to get crummy, and then I'll go back to my other roadcaster, and then it'll work.
Is it running through anything else? Is it going straight to your computer, or is it going through the Scarlett? Or
So it's going straight through the Rode switcher.
so USB to computer output?
Yep.
Is it going through like a USB hub? Is anything else being powered off the same connection?
It's going into a USB hub and then into my computer. Because my computer has no USB inputs on my MacBook.
All right. Okay. So Amber, can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
I think we have. If I upgrade to professional, it'll give me 4 seats. It'll give 4 people so we could have somebody in the background. Thomas, let me try something. You can hear me even when I have you off the live, right?
Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Okay, so with your off live, can you try to move, add comments on the stream, like click them on and off? I'm not sure if that changed or not. Can you hide a comment or? I see Sharon McDonald's. Amber sounds good. Anything else?
I can still do this for you. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hear anything you were saying there.
Gosh.
And your audio sounds bad again. Yeah.
How about now?
Sounds better.
So I just went back to Rodecaster stereo instead of multi-channel. When I switch it up, it works, and then
On your Rodecaster,
Yep.
You can go hit your setting button.
Yep.
Go to advanced, audio, and multi-track. Turn off.
Turn off which one? I lost your audio. I've got nothing.
Can you hear me now? Test
Yes.
1, 2.
I hear you fine.
I'm not hearing you guys.
I got you now.
Could you hear me before as well? Probably.
Yeah.
I can't hear you at all now. Come back out to this one.
Can you not hear me, Scott?
Could you hear me before and now?
I can hear you
I
now.
can hear you now, Amber.
I got you now.
Okay, so now, so by turning off the USB, I only have the one option. You won't have the double options, but you have to go back into your settings and set both your microphone and your output. And you have to unmute again. Psychic says, this is a test. This is only a test in case of emergency. Get your go bag and head for the hills.
How about now?
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll see if it goes downhill or it stayed. I turned off USB under multi-track.
Okay. And you can hear me just fine as well. So.
Yep.
And music works still? 9 out of 10 judges. Well, that's not music, is it?
It's music to us when it starts playing.
So let's do a little cats. This is working.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. This one, we're going to try this.
Sir, you're charged with
one
especially
as well?
aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So now we just need nobody to touch anything, and the applause as well. Okay, that sounds good. So if I upgrade, I can have 4 seats and get a couple more mods on. JT might be calling, or this is Ivan actually.
Is my mic still decent, or to go downhill?
Still good.
Nope, you still sound good.
All right.
All right, all right, all right.
Well, let me talk to the boss and see if an upgrade works. Do sound bites work? They will in just a second. I mean, I would like to test that as well. That's another thing. That's a great idea, Lee, by the way. Hold on just 1 second. Try one. Try Alex or something. Let's see, output. Oh, has to go through headphones. Now try it.
Don't all go at once now.
All rise.
There you go.
Court is now in session.
Yep.
Alex stole it as well.
Man.
Squirrel.
Okay. Keep talking, Thomas.
Oh no, gotta go back.
It went
Oh
bad.
no.
I'm not a camel.
It's almost like it's building up a static charge or something, and it's.
Let no dead horse go unbeaten.
If you just mute and unmute, does it fix it?
How about now?
That's good.
See, all I did was go to my MacBook Pro mic and then went back to the road, and now it goes.
I wonder if there's a bad ground somewhere.
I'm not a cat.
That's almost what it sounds like, isn't it, Scott?
Yep.
Well, now I've got homework.
Poor Thomas.
JT says you're grounded.
Denise said, of course he's building up static. He's weather watch.
It's appropriate. Storm's brewing. I feel it in my bones. I hear it in the audio. Okay. Anything else I need to test, or you guys think I need to try before we call this a huge success? Hey, Tammy, welcome.
Was that sarcasm?
No, I'm serious. This is a win. We've made progress.
The look on your face just didn't say success.
I'm being optimistic.
No dead horse go unbeaten.
I'm gonna call you after work, Scott, to work on my audio.
Okay, sounds good. We'll catch you later. Thanks, my friend.
Yep.
Okay. We'll get that sorted out before we do the podcast. Okay, Amber, I think we're good. We've got all the audio things working. The phone works. Man, it's a mess. It's a nightmare for me. I'm gonna have to diagram all this. I'm gonna have to write all the different. I've got 3 different inputs that I'm using. Well, 5 different inputs, and they're like, they go in loops. That's the problem. The one device feeds into here, and then it feeds back in, and I have to do mix minus, and it's a nightmare.
Well, but we don't need it to be difficult for the host.
Yeah. The only concern I have is I was hoping it would pre-populate the questions so we could pop them up in chat, and then I could select from like the questions that were extracted.
There should be a way for you to do that. And this is just going off of what Peter does, because Peter has somebody in backstage that selects messages like that for him to pick through.
I wonder if he uses a different tool.
I don't think so. I think he just uses
StreamYard.
StreamYard. And Rob does the same thing. I may have to reach out to one of them if you want me to. I can do that.
That'd be cool to find out just how to do it. I guess I think we're going to have to upgrade to get the 1080p for sure. Too many people watch on a big screen. Peter does use StreamYard, says Eddie, as well. Stormy with a chance of rainbows. Thanks for finding us on our test stream here. I apologize. Court's not in session today, so we thought we'd catch up on some overdue homework as far as this. I've been paying for StreamYard for several months now and haven't been able to use it because of operator error on my part. And so now we're sort of getting it. We used it today with Dr. G as a guest, and we want to use it again. But is it safe to be here, says Morton?
This is not the regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, it's not. I'm seeing the emojis might be a problem on StreamYard. Is that?
They look fine on the YouTube feed.
Okay. There probably are YouTube videos. I should probably go there first. You know, YouTube University has just about everything. I could get my doctorate there on StreamYard.
Just don't go to Liberty University.
Bring the jury.
Yeah, the emojis that you did, they're showing up fun in YouTube chat. Are you talking about how they appear in the comments?
The comments on screen. So like so here we have Jackie. I see SMB Pickles, Gavel, and Protractor.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't good. Now I can go over here and let's see. Let me switch this. I'm in the wrong live chat. Hang on a second.
How are you in the wrong live chat?
I'm in the one from a minute ago. The wrong live chat. Hang on a second. So now I have the same audio. I've killed that. So Sharon McDonald, I can show these just fine. And if I go on full screen, it will look mostly normal. But if I go the other direction, it just shows roll, 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 roll. Basically, StreamYard doesn't play nice with our emojis. Or any emojis, really. Let's see. If you use an emoji like Chris.
A YouTube populated emoji.
Yeah, let's try a YouTube emoji from someone who's got one. Lands the plane. This one right here. Face purple crying, face purple crying, face purple crying, face purple crying. It should look like that. That's not my emoji. That's a YouTube.
JT says it works for some, but not for all. Yeah, like the keyboard emojis I can see in StreamYard. Like your phone keyboard emojis.
Oh, there's one right there. Just the basics then, none of the fancy ones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's everything I need. I think unfortunately StreamYard is going to be getting $50 a month from me to make this work so we can get to 1080p. This is not a basic show, says Ivan. Yeah, we'll get this figured out.
Red Pin says, please leave the test streams up.
Oh my goodness. Red Pen. And leave the chat open. Yeah. I don't know. I'm also
go download it now.
Pay for YouTube Premium. You can download these and then you have them forever. You're hearing some crackle, Sharon. It could be Amber's phone if she's. Are you on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Are you okay? See, I can turn this up, and you're gonna hear some noise, some line noise. You hear that?
Yeah.
I have to ride about 60% audio there. That's coming through just because that was the solution to get audio in behind the video when I played intro. If I keep that down, it shouldn't be a crackle. I'm not hearing the crackle anymore.
No, I'm not either.
Kane's fan says, just found you on Recovery Addicts. How's your internet? I'm still on duty as I won the internet this morning. It's going well. Kane's fan, appreciate you being on duty. We're not regifting the internet for these awful little streams. This is true entertainment. Thank you, Tammy. How are you doing? I haven't talked to you in ages. We have to talk.
So, question, Scott, with how you normally do comments on screen, is there a way to share that with the mods you already have?
Red
Why are
Pen.
you laughing at me?
Red Pen just sends a super chat. So, this is literally a test stream. Red Pen sends a super chat. I'm using to do my chat. I'm doing a Google Chrome extension. So I'll open up the live stream in Google Chrome, and then I run this extension, and I can click the three little dots above chat and pop it out into a separate window, but it pops it onto this window, which allows me to highlight and do all these fun things, like with Red Pen's comment. So that is not shareable. I think. Well, hang on. Let me try this. I'm going to copy this. I might be able to send you this. Okay.
Oh, that's wild. It shows up on the... Or wait. What am I seeing? Oh, that's wild. It shows up on the... Do you see what
I'm not seeing... Yes. Yes, because I messed it up. The overlay. So... I don't know how to did that or how to return it back to where it was. Engage with audience. Okay. I'm trying to send you something and just you, and this might be like giving away my internet stream key, so I don't want to do that. Red Pen, get this one to save this stream. I will, Red Pen, just for you. I'll save it. This is going to be like my viral stream. This is the one where we go big right here. Okay. I'm going to try to send you a link in chat, but I have to retype it.
Okay.
It's colon / in my chat. Okay, I'm live. Just hit that. More than just Duke Delta just gifted 5 memberships. You guys are crazy. We're doing a test stream here. Thank you so much, Duke Delta, for gifting memberships. Morton Anderson, Chrissy New Zealand or NZ, Santa Rocks, Eddie, and Stormy with the Chance of Rainbows all gifted memberships during a test stream, nonetheless. What?
Just for kicks.
Amber,
What?
I can't even. You just sent a huge super chat.
I did what?
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this work again. This is crazy. Okay, You did that right there. That's what you did. Can you click on that link?
I'm trying to.
Is it pulling anything up?
Let me try it this way.
You might have to be in Google Chrome. Like open it in Chrome.
Well, I might not be able to click on it while I'm in StreamYard, so I'm going to a different device.
Yeah, like if you open that, if you highlight it and just paste it in your URL bar in Chrome, that might work. What are we testing? Apparently, we're testing the super chat function, and we're seeing how high it can go. Amber. Now you can hear Stream Jockey, says Jim Bob. There's Streamlab Pro for the month. There it is, Lee. I think we're gonna do that. You're gonna get this in 1080p after all. The one who sees, thank you so much. This is trial's not happening today, so we're just doing a little testing. I was going to do this originally. I thought I had selected the private button so no one would know that I was doing testing in the background, and then Amber reached out and she's like, what's this? And I saw there's like 30 people in chat guessing at what I'm about to test. So that's where it is. Miranda, nothing is happening
Sorry,
today.
y'all, I ratted you out.
I don't know why. This is just behind the scenes doing some testing, getting ready. What really drove this is this morning's live stream with Dr. G had some audio issues. Sound didn't work on the intro. Were some echoing issues we tried to sort out with my wife in the other room. And anyway, so we're trying to fix these. I guess we should do a behind the scenes and show you all the equipment I use and how it works. If you guys have any questions. Fun to watch and listen. Keep going. All right. Here's what we're doing. We're watching 109 people watching mess with buttons. What we have going on is I have over-engineered my YouTube channel. I think that's the best definition. I have more hardware and equipment than I need, but I feel driven to use all the equipment that I have, and so I've plugged in everything I possibly can. To the live stream. So we have over here, we have an iMac, and that is typically it runs our audio. So if you were to do a sound effect like !Alex, that would play the audio. It's actually playing over the speakers on there, and it plays out into my microphone input. Oh, actually, it plays on the microphone input on channel 2. Okay, so if this were all the way down, you wouldn't hear it, but if this is back up, you would. And so any super chat, any sound effects, whatever comes through on channel 2. As long as I have it set up right. No, channel 2.
I'm not a cat.
There's a sample. So channel 2, unfortunately, it came over with like a hiss, like a hum. So I had to get a little box that's down there. It's called I think it's called a breakout box, or I don't know. It removes the hum from audio. So I have to feed the audio through there and then back out into here. That removes the sound effect.
Alex stole it as well.
So that's channel 2. It plays the audio. It also I use it for the screen to show my super chats. So if I were to click on Jill Ballard's cat comment, it would pop up that way. Now, because we're using StreamYard, I could also bring up the same comment through StreamYard this way. And so they're the two different ways it can be shown on the stream. So they both try to do the same thing. Now, StreamYard is a software tool that wants to run everything. It wants to run. It uses computer, CPU, and graphics card to run everything. The audio in one machine. It wants to be your one destination device. You just take the whole laptop, and that's your live stream can go. So it has a camera input, and I tell it to use whatever video I have coming out of my live stream here. So let me switch over to this. So if I were to switch to camera 2, I could cut to, this is where I have my intro video, and I could play that, or I could jog through it if you wanted. I can spin back and forth. Because I'm using that off of a recorder, a video recorder that has a jog wheel, so I can fast forward and rewind or anything. So if you ever want to see anything in slow motion, that I put it on this device and I can play it back that way. It has its own audio as well that comes through on There's that. It comes on channel 2 on the video, not the same as channel 2 on the audio, because that would be too obvious and smart to do. So I've got different audio and video channels that don't match up. Then we have channel 3, which is going to be my laptop's extra virtual monitor. Channel 4 is my GoPro camera that sits on. It's actually clamped to a bookshelf behind me, and just overlooks everything. And from this angle, it makes it look really cool, even though my studio does not look this cool in real life. Channel 5 is chat. So you could see my entire chat window looks like this. So anytime a chat pops up, if there's a super chat like here, I can say, hey, Duke Delta, and I can preface it and say, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. It pops up on the screen that way. It's going to be duplicated for you. Also, you can see Amber, just for kicks, did a huge super chat. So thank you that way. So this is camera 5. Now, camera 5, even though you see it full screen here, sorry, I'll pop on here so you can see me. Even though you see it full screen, I crop off all the way down to below the clear button. So like, you see where my hands are? I take that and I just cut it off, and I make the back transparent. It uses what's called an alpha channel. And so it only shows up let's see, let's go back over to here. So when it shows up like this, because the top is cut off, but really I'm just taking camera 5 and laying it over on top of the screen. And I can just whatever I select on the screen will be there on the bottom. So that's camera 5. Camera 6 is normally my old iPad, which is not holding a charge now. It won't even charge when I plug it in, so it's not running right now. I can also plug in my iPhone to camera 6 input because it's a lightning connector. It's the little tiny, we're talking that little plug right there on the bottom of the iPhone, lightning connector to HDMI. And it goes in camera 5. Camera 6 is also dark because I don't plug it in. Camera 6 is a USB-C to HDMI.
Mr. Ivan.
Hey, Ivan. Welcome to the test stream. We're doing a little.
I just figured I would do my part on the call-in and see if it's loud and clear and see if I sound just as backwoods hillbilly Slavic trash is normal.
It's working. It sounds great.
Excellent.
It is working great. So we're just trying to figure out how to make everything work together. I want to use StreamYard because StreamYard will let me push the signal both to Facebook and to YouTube. And I know some people have asked to watch on Facebook instead of YouTube. And those people may or may not be people who are allowed to use Facebook at work, but not YouTube. So I'd like to accommodate them and make that available.
They're getting around the bosses. They're getting around the web blockers at their various places of employment, huh?
Yep. So.
Good deal. Well, you've had StreamYard for a little bit, right?
I've paid for it for about 3 months. I've just started using it though.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
It's got a learning curve, and I've just never had time. Now that we have Thursday off with no court, I wanted to get that fixed and get it squared away.
Good deal. Well, like I said, I just wanted to let you know I'm checking in. I just wanted to I don't know if you had already figured out the call end of it. I don't know if there's like a test feature for that as well, or how that exactly works. So would you be like, is there any way, like, if you could you accept like video calls?
Yes.
Like, how does that work, or no?
Yes.
Oh.
I can send you a link, and from any device you could pretty much connect if you have a camera and audio. iPad, iPhone, laptop, probably even a Chroma camera.
It's a pretty powerful piece of software then.
Yeah, that's where it shines, is actually letting I see Amber's camera's turned on. It shines where bringing in guests from outside. It's very easy. You send them a link, they click it, and it's like turn on you give the web browser permission to use your audio and video, and you're there. You're in.
Eddie says, take us on a tour of the store. We'll have to do that one day once you get it all up and running and everything is all functional. Everything, maybe a live tour of the store would be in hand, or be on deck. I mean,
yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Well, cool, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's a good question by Chrissy. Are you able to switch? I suppose you're not able to switch while you're in mid call because you have to send a link, right?
I could. You would have to. It would be a separate link than your
I don't
audio
want to do
stream
it right
now.
now. I don't want to redo it right now. I just wondered if it was possible. That's all.
Yeah, it is. Let's see.
Cool.
Let me go down to. Let me pull up the burner phone here. Just want to make sure. I'm glad it's 720p because I don't want to be giving away everyone's phone numbers here. They call in from.
Yeah, make sure I get on here. I'm just kidding.
Wait for it. Let's see. Oh man, hang on. Anyway, I was going to say I forgot the rewind machine, the slow motion machine over here. Also, it has a feed for my Apple TV. So if I were to cut over to that, I can either play a recorded video and slow motion, real time with audio, or I can go to the live feed, and then this is my screensaver for my Apple TV. So I can show.
I was just about to start whistling the Jeopardy theme song. Which are you up for like a 2-minute story about a fun Jeopardy jail story?
Jeopardy jail story.
Yeah.
I didn't know this existed.
Okay, so before I was once I had been sentenced to prison, I had about a 3 to 5 month. It was actually probably like almost closer to 5, where I was being held in county jail before the prison would finally come and get me, right? Mm-hmm. And so, because I was going to be there for a while, the county jail I was being housed in, they put me in what's called the work release or Huber dorm, which everybody else, because I was like a trustee, I would clean the jail after hours. You know what I mean? Like I would be up basically from like 10 p.m. to 6, because none of the guards are going to do that. They just, because you get a few extra privileges, like I could watch TV in the middle of the night, like in the library after I was done. Like, so it was kind of like a cool little, perks and gimmicks to get out of the dorm. Anyway, but you have to understand, everybody else in my dorm was going to work every day during the day. Well, so I was in the dorm all by myself throughout the day during normal hours while they were working. Well, during the first episode of Jeopardy, while I was the only person in there, I would write down the answers to all of the questions, okay? And then when the tape version of Jeopardy would come on at 4:30 or 5:30 or whatever it was, they literally thought I was a savant genius, like from outer space already. Like nobody ever caught on.
No one is this smart. Not even Ken Jennings.
Right, exactly. Like I was getting Final Jeopardy. Like they would look at me like I was, you know what I mean? They couldn't believe it. And a few of the guards actually caught on because I was the only one they were bringing trays to during the day because I was all alone. He says, "What happens, when somebody calls in sick or, doesn't go to work?" I said, "I guess I'm not watching Jeopardy that day." You know what I mean? So, but that little scam carried on for, 3-4 months. And let me tell you, I won more than a couple honey buns and ramen noodles on wagers. Like, you'll never get the next one. You'll never get the next one. But
you're like,
so
I don't not only know the answer, but I can predict the question, or vice versa. I can tell you what he's going to choose next. You can't.
Well, yeah. And since they were only, because people like who were in the work release dorm were only there for 30, 60, 90 days. It was mostly DUIs and just, low level, misdemeanor sentences. So they weren't there very often. And so, here I was facing all this time. So I didn't really talk to a lot of people because I was just trying to get on to my next destination. Really, their only interaction with me was the weird, blonde-haired Russian tattooed freak who somehow knew all the Jeopardy answers. Like that's their only interaction with me. And to this day, they never found out my scam. So
that's awesome. Okay. I'm about to send you a message. I just sent you the StreamYard link. I think it went to you.
Okay. Yep. I did get the link. So I click on.
I'll warn you. It's live if you click on it.
No buffer.
Okay. Anyway, Michael Greeley says, "Can we talk about Aaron leaving my beloved Packers?" Aaron Rodgers? Are we talking about Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers got traded to the Jets.
We could do a sports show. The only problem I have about doing a sports show is I know nothing about sports. So that.
My browser lost camera with my mic. Oh, you know what's happening? It's because I'm on the phone. It's not going to let me.
Yeah, drop
You know what I mean?
drop the call and see if it'll work. Let's try that.
Okay.
All right, we'll see it. Okay, we'll give him a try. If this works, we might be able to have people connect over the internet easier than if we had people call in over the phone. We're internationally. And there's Ivan who's coming in. Let's add him to the stream. Here we go.
Are we in business?
You're live right now.
Hello.
It's working.
Wow. Well, hey,
I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I gotta get the baby up.
All right. See you, Amber. Thank you so much for your help.
Not a problem.
What are the features that going to a pro version would allow you or afford you?
1080p is going to be the biggest one. 1080p would help the people who are watching on a big screen.
Yeah.
Because it's 720. It doesn't quite look as good, but it would also allow me to have four mods or four accounts on the channel that would allow them to manage the questions, so I don't miss so many.
So it would like take the load off you a little bit, and you could sort of prioritize them and populate them and things like that.
Live.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Good deal.
Sorry, Mrs. RA just came in and she said, are you still doing a test? And I said, yes. She said, can you test this? And then she gave me like a morsel of the roll. I need to test the entire roll.
Well,
it's steaming hot. It's
a
delicious.
Food tester is not a bad gig, you know.
Look at this. Look at the steam coming off this roll. Do you see this?
Man, you got such a tough gig over there in North Carolina. How do you ever manage?
It's hard. It's hard, I admit. I've got a hard life.
I shouldn't say. Want to see my backyard? I don't know like what your setup is in your backyard, but this is what I get. You see?
Is that water?
It's a river. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I would never leave the backyard. I would be fishing every single day.
Well, now you can see why there's so many pictures on my Twitter of me grilling in my backyard.
That is awesome.
Here's Ivan's wood pile. It's getting a little low. I do need to stock it up a little bit. And let me tell you.
I had the picture of your yard being like 12 feet deep in snow, being in Wisconsin. I just assumed that you guys had like 8 months of winter and then a brief spring.
We had, well, that's why the water's so high. They got the dam open down there, is because the water is so high because the snow has just finally subsided and melted. Because it was, I think we had a top, at least in my lifetime, we had a top 5 snowfall this winter. It was something else.
Yeah,
but
I've heard that from a couple people.
Yeah, we did.
Utah as well. We've got a lot of people over there with flooding. Houses are sliding off the mountainside because there's so much moisture in the soil.
I had so many farmers come through the. Through the store who were telling me in the fall. Telling me this winter's going to be bad. The Farmer's Almanac, and the Farmer's Almanac is like one of these like mysterious sort of like document. I don't know how it's accurate. Like how can
it was like written by Ben Franklin, right?
Yeah, well,
like
right.
way back in the day.
Like how can they predict? They had nothing at the time when it was being put out. It never ceases to amaze me how that damn almanac can be correct, but they literally all predicted it that this was going to be a winter from down under. And sure enough, they were right.
Yep. Cass wants to know if it's a trout stream. Can you catch trout there, or is it?
No, that's a river. It's the Red Cedar River. Not to give away my, location too much. I'm gonna have a bunch of people now. Red Cedar River.
They're headed up there right now.
Upper Wisconsin. But no, it's the Red Cedar River, so we're right below a dam. So there's not any trout there, but there is just about everything else because, like I said, it is below a dam. And if you've ever done any dam fishing, you kind of get a little bit of everything.
I've done a lot of dam fishing.
What's that?
I've done a lot of dam fishing.
Oh, good.
Fishing the dam. Did I phrase that wrong?
That's a good
fishing at dams.
dad joke. That's a good one.
I fish below the dam usually. That's what I'm talking about. Like right at the out.
Yeah, it works well. Well, like I said, you kind of get everything down there, and you kind of have to be careful because you'll catch a bunch of stuff out of season down there because it just kind of slips through. And I've seen some monster northerns get pulled out of there about this time of year, which of course is not, technically what the DNR likes to call legal. But don't even get me started on the DNR. I could go on a 40-minute monologue about how that is the cushiest, best, most awesome job in the world. But like, what do they actually do?
Nothing. They're protecting the fish, right?
Right.
They're fine. When they fine you for having salmon eggs on a no bait stream, it goes directly to the fish. The fish feel the benefit.
Not having enough life jackets when you're with a trolling motor in 4-foot water.
Yeah. Good stuff. Ivan,
right,
I'm impressed with the test. It worked great. What sort of phone are you on? Can I ask? Is it Android or iPhone?
No, I have an iPhone here, so yeah. Okay.
We might have to test it with somebody who has an Android just to make sure it works. But I love that we can do this. This opens up new options to us.
This is cool, man. At first, I was kind of sketchy. I don't like change. You know what I mean? Like, as a guy who has been in various of my life where, like, routine is everything. I don't like a lot of mix up going on, but I think this might be worth it in the long run. So
I think it might be as well. I think it might be worth, and since Amber has so nicely just completely paid for the the first month, how can we go wrong there? Thank you very much, Amber, for that. If you're still listening, Ivan, thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be in touch shortly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. So let me just finish with the layout of the computer system for those that were curious about my setup and how it works. So we talked about, I've got an Apple TV down there that feeds in through the slow motion machine. I can record anything that comes across the Apple TV into that slow-mo. So if we've got a police chase or something going on, I'll find it on the Apple TV, I'll record it, and then I'll be able to go back and watch, the crash bits in slow motion or like that. And then it feeds into my switcher, so I can choose that source. But I can only either watch the Apple TV or I can watch the recorded video. And I also use recorded video on this device for my intro. I do have another iPad way over here. It runs what's called Stream Deck. It runs a tool that runs my Stream Deck. Give me a second. I'll have it up and running. Okay, so let's take camera 7. This is, hang on, buddy. I'm still live. I'm not really live, but I am. Is that all right? He comes in the door and he looks at the screen and he sees if it says if I'm on stream or not. It doesn't show I'm on stream because I'm streaming through software, so he was confused. So the screen you see here, this is my switcher. At least the little picture. That's the 8-port switcher, and I can go through and I can change all the different setups. I can change the audio, the macros, transitions, my images, upstream keyers, downstream, all my super source settings, any layout I want. Just like I can change things on the software with StreamYard, I can change all the setup as well on the super source and change what's in what box and how it's set up and have it smoothly transition from one to the other. We've got the color generators, hyperdecks, camera control, auxiliaries, my output. Output shows if. Okay, I thought I just about gave away my stream key. I'm glad it did not show that because I'd have to kill the stream and reset it. But I can change what shows up on the big screen over here behind me. I can change, I can switch any video source to any different destination that way. And it also can all be done with this little box right here. This little box can do everything that can do. And I can also run it from my phone if I need to. Or, this is the fun part, or I can set up commands using the exclamation point commands that point to a web address that trigger an action on my switcher. So I could literally make it so you could set a command that would change the camera angle or anything else on my stream. So think about that. I could make it so that you guys had the control over everything. Obviously, that would be a mess. We don't want to do that, but that's a possibility as well. And that's how I use, there's a feature for the mods where if I forget to turn the chat button on, say if I'm over here reading chat and I'm clicking buttons, but you're not seeing anything, they have a feature where they can turn the chat button on remotely and they can access that way. That's how they do that. So I give them limited use that way. Let's see, where else do we have? As far as the camera goes, I'm using a Sony A6600, which is a pretty nice camera. And the trick is I'm also using a Sigma 16 millimeter f1.4 lens. What that does is it allows me to, let me show these. If I go here, it allows me to have a very specific focus area. So right now I'm not in focus. So I'll set the focus. This is like my face being in perfect focus, right? But I could say I want the focus to be a little blurry here, but I want the microphone in focus. I have a very narrow field of focus that I can set. This is helpful when I want to draw the attention on me, which for some reason I have a problem with doing. So I set it up that way. It's a 16 millimeter f150 lens. No, the lens itself is actually awesome for all sorts of things. Landscape photography, night sky photography. It really just draws in light, which is why it has that narrow depth of field, so you can get that soft Gaussian blur behind you. It's really cool. So that's the camera. I'm running 2 lights up top, LED panels, 160 LEDs in each one. I run them at 20% brightness. I also have a third one down below me that illuminates my green screen behind me. And it does a pretty good job. You can see right here in the corner occasionally, you'll see little bugs in there because when I move my arms, it's constantly adjusting. So as the light changes during the day, it adjusts to match the green screen. So if I put my arm, let's see where it is. I think it's up here, one of these areas. If I put my arm in the wrong area, it readjusts and says, oh, your arm must be the green screen color, and it will trigger that. I'm waiting for a car chase if you have time. Yes, car chases, we can do that as well. What I do for a car chase is I will take I'll bring my phone and I'll try to get the police audio first of all. So I'll bring that in as if it was a phone call. I'll get the police audio. I'll get the YouTube set up through the Apple TV as well as through one of my other devices. I'll try to get 2 different stations if there are 2 helicopters in the sky and try to get those pulled up and sync them together. And syncing them is a little tricky because you have to find which one's further ahead and pause it and then start it right when the other one catches up to it. I've gotten a little bit better at that over time. And that way I can switch back and forth between the 2 camera angles. Say if one camera, one helicopter goes behind a building, but the other helicopter's, the other side, I can switch and you don't lose anything. So that's what I do on the car chases, and I can mix and match the audio as well. To match, let's see. I think that's it. A big fan of Rode. They don't, I buy everything myself, so I actually have covered up their label. There's a label right here that says Rode, and it's all in bright white letters. Not sure if you can see. You can see that over there. It's bright white. It just stands out, and it just pops. So I did cover that up with gaff tape just so it's black. That's why this little line is right here. Rode makes my microphone. They make the boom arm. They make the switcher. They also make the wireless audio mics we use for, let me turn it to manual autofocus. They also make the wireless audio mics that we use for my wife's channel. These are little tiny little belt pack. They either have a little clip where you can clip it to you, or it has a really powerful magnet, and you can just stick like if you don't have a pocket or something to clip to, you can stick the magnet on the inside and latch it on that way. It can either just turn on and function. Let me turn it on so it's powered on. This is actually the receiver. It has 2 channels, but it can either just turn on and work, or you can actually plug in a lavalier mic or a corded mic. So here's the mic version of the same thing. When it turns on, it just has little red lights. It doesn't actually have a screen on this one. These are incredible. The range is probably 650 feet, crystal clear, and I can have 2 audios. I also bring it in separately, so I can raise the audio on one for my live stream and lower it on somebody else in case they're different volumes. But so this little mic, it has a little plug on the top where I can plug in a microphone, and I have these little microphones. These are actually $100 each, which is crazy. It looks like a little headphone microphone, but this is just incredible quality. The audio on these are amazing. The cable itself is made out of Kevlar. These little wires are Kevlar. You can actually, it's powerful enough to use as a rope and climb on. It would not break. The warning that comes with it says, warning, don't wrap it around your neck because, you know, if you fall, it will choke you. It will not break. So it's a safety hazard that way, but it's a Kevlar cable, super reinforced that way. So Lucy Bauer says, I have an Android. Lucy, do you want to try to connect? Would you be willing to do that, Lucy? Or Adam Nusky has, let's see, Adam, Lucy, I don't know who wants to try. We can try both, actually. Let's do this. I'll type just 1 second. Messages. Okay. If you will text the burner phone, ! burner, if you have an Android. Adam, if you text me, it just puts your message up at the top and it's easier to find you. Because I have way too many messages right now that I haven't responded to. 54 messages I owe you guys responses on. Let's see, so 6 volt. Thanks for putting the burner up there. So Lucy, what this would do is I'm going to be sending you a link that will allow you to join as a guest on StreamYard. So it would activate your audio and your camera on your phone, and so we would see and hear you. So if you do not want to do that, then don't don't text me and ask for it, because I don't want to show anything you don't want to show on the internet. It would be both your voice and your video if you choose to do so. Adam's just sent this already. Let's see. So I just sent Adam the link. He's going to try to connect using an Android phone. Okay. Dedicated, thy name is chat. Richard loved this. Why is it not showing up? There it is. Somebody, I think one of our mods turned the chat off, but hide current comment. Oh, there's Adam right here. So I'm going to add Adam. He can hear me right now. I can see him in like a green room, so it's sort of grayed out, but I can't hear him. So let me add him right there.
Okay.
And
hello.
There you are. We see you, Adam. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous.
I want to apologize because we are kind of next to the street. I don't have I haven't had maybe boat traffic, but I have a little bit of car traffic. But is everything working okay?
It is. What was the user experience for you to connect? Is it pretty simple?
It's pretty straightforward. I just followed a couple. I think I had to join room and allow mic access, and it was pretty straightforward.
Okay. Awesome. That's all we need to know. Basically, so now we've had people who are joined from a laptop, from an Android, and from an iPhone. This is why I think we're going to switch to StreamYard.
Yeah.
There are some settings I'm going to change. One of the settings.
I'm trying to film a good angle. Go ahead.
This is my good side, right? Let's see. One of the settings, layouts, guests.
Do you mind if I do a bit of a garden tour while you?
Yeah.
Mess around?
See if you can flip your camera to show the other way.
Yeah. How did he do that?
I'm not sure if he was able to.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it. I see mute options. I see chat. I don't see any settings about other camera. Maybe if I go into settings. Oh, I might have facing back. Oh, I got it.
It's working. Okay. Yeah.
Let me.
Are those cacti?
Yeah, they. Well, yeah. So I've got those are succulents. There's Echeveria and sempervivums. And we've got some strawberries. Here's some more sempervivum.
Few starts.
And some blueberries, delphinium. I've got here's some more sempervivum. I'm kind of addicted to them. We've got some bee balm and some agastaki, which is normally grown in the Southwest, but it's really good for hummingbirds. Salvia, bee balm. We've got a rose bush in.
Nice.
Now I'm going to take you around to I almost forgot the trees. I've got a peach tree, which needs some pruning, some apple trees.
I'm really good at pruning fruit trees if you ever need help.
Oh, yeah? Are you serious?
Yeah. You haven't heard my tree trimming story?
No, oh, I don't know if these can take on letters yet. Yeah, no, I know you.
So,
So we've got a hydrangea and delphinium, and delphinium are really neat. They get really tall. For some reason, we're growing a mulberry bush, but those kind of do well just fine on their own.
so remind me, what part of the country are you in?
I'm in Indiana, kind of about an hour from Indianapolis.
Okay.
And we're about zone 5/6. And it's usually about 10 degrees cooler than North Carolina, but it's not too bad. I grew up in Missouri, and it's pretty similar. But here we've got some blackberry bushes, raspberry bushes. I've got a little strawberry patch right here. So that's what I've been. Actually, so I have to give you a lot of credit for this. Actually, this is how I found your stream, gardening, and so you've played a big role in getting this garden going.
You found me gardening.
Yeah, gardening while RAing. It's a thing. There's a bunch of us in chat.
That is awesome. I know we've got let's see, who was it down in Florida? Greenhouse.
Broadway.
Remember.
There was Broadway Garden, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
that might be her. Is she down in Florida?
I don't recall.
One of them. I think the name is like a greenhouse something down in Florida. That
okay.
She always gives plant reports as well. Gardening with Adam. This should be a show. You should do this. I mean, teach us how to to care for succulents and all that.
Yeah, it's a
introduce
thing.
Introduce us to the two.
Yes. So this is let me see. This is Eli, who is he's half Chihuahua, half Pomeranian, and
I
then
hope he
here's
forgives me for saying he was a kitty.
And then here's Chicoline, who is full Chihuahua. So, and he's got a donut on his head because he's been having some issues with biting and stuff. So
he's got the donut of shame.
He actually likes it. He actually it's not really shameful for him. He uses it at you see how small he is. He uses it as a pillow. He'll just lay his head on it and take him.
That is awesome.
But all right, well, go ahead.
I was going to say somebody said bring multiple people on at the same time. I can do that. I'll just need somebody who wants to connect and agrees to follow the basic rules of decency to text me on the burner phone, and I'll send you a link to test. If you have a different device, different than we've tested already, it would be fun to do that as well. But Adam, I'm impressed. I didn't know you were a gardener. That is really cool.
And actually, that's just the outside. I've got more inside. Which I can show while we wait for somebody else to connect, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Some more roses. Shard. We've got some dragon fruit cactuses. Yeah, I just took up gardening the last couple of years. What's up?
Okay. Dragon fruit. At one point I wanted to be a dragon fruit farmer, right? Because they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
No.
You can get some good money for a nice dragon fruit, but I think there's more to it than I thought there was. They're not the easiest plant to raise. How long do you have to grow it before you get your fruit from that?
We don't even know. We've had them for about 6 months now, and there's no signs of fruit. But they're just spreading. We've got, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 offshoots. I guess the idea is you grow them up to about 5-6 feet and then kind of let them hang down, and they're supposed to produce fruit at some time, but it's really, I don't know, it's pretty hard to fruit things that are kind of tropical suited in the Midwest. So so we'll see. So it might not even be possible, but we'll see if we can get some fruit.
That is awesome. My mom, growing up, had plants all over the house, and I think at one point we counted like all the plants. There were like 60 some odd plants. So you got her beat in spades, I think, already. But we had like the big huge tree that was in the massive pot that grew all the way up to the ceiling, and I think there were a couple vines that were deadly if you ate them, but we didn't know that, and we left them alone. But
that's good.
She had more of like what you might call traditional house plants.
Right. And I think, I don't know if Go ahead.
I'd just say watering them was a chore. I mean, I'd rather sweep the kitchen floor or vacuum the upstairs because you'd done sooner than if you had to water all the plants and all the running.
Yeah,
back
I don't
and forth.
know. Succulents are kind of cheating because they're small and compact, and I don't want to count. I would if I were going to compare. If we were going to compare, I'd only want to count those as like a fifth of a plant, especially since you don't even have to water them that much.
Okay, so I actually have a story here. If you have time for story time,
sure.
I have grown in my lifetime. We're talking indoor plants. I've grown one plant, and it was a barrel cactus. I received it when I was in. Let's see. My mom had made us plant them when I was homeschooled during 5th grade, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so I planted this cactus, and grew it from a little nub about 2 inches tall to about 6 inches tall.
Yeah, well, you tripled its size.
When I moved to North Carolina, I gave it away. It had gone years at times without water because I was that forgetful, and it's I guess the right plant to handle that.
Right,
it would just live off a little humidity that might condense in the window, on cold nights or something. It would just suck humidity out of the air. There were times when I'd look at that cactus and it would be all shriveled up and shrunk, and then man, you give it just a little bit of water, and a day or two later, it's like blooming, like nothing. It had never been neglected. The little flower would pop out. It was the coolest little plant. It was. I miss it. I really miss it. But I did give it away when I moved to North Carolina.
I don't believe I've ever seen under like watering suggestions condensation.
Let's see. Yeah, there was not much water. There were times that it was so dry that the whole thing was just like tipping over. The roots and everything, all the soil had shrunk in the pot, and the pot itself was actually pretty fancy. It was I think it's worth like $40 or $50. It's a very decorative, sort of like 70s-ish style pot made by some famous guy. I didn't know that. I got it at a secondhand store, but it's pretty cool. Now I want my cactus back. I wonder if I can reclaim it and have it shipped to me safely.
I thought you were gonna maybe say that you ended up seeing it later and it had grown to some enormous size.
No, if I ever did that, it would probably attack me for the years of neglect that I gave it. But yeah, love little cactuses.
So is somebody else gonna join us?
I think. Let's see. I think Randy might be. Maybe on his phone. I'm not sure. Let's see. I think our test has been successful. Somebody just sent me a picture of flowers. I don't know if they want to join or not.
And really the challenge the iPhone, I think, because those can be very difficult.
Check this out. I'm not sure if you can see chat at all, but
no, I haven't seen.
Recovery Addict will now receive 50,000 cactus seeds in the PO box. Randy, sorry that I can't do the Facebook thing the other way right now. I apologize for that. We'll get it figured out. Well, Adam, I think this is good. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the tool. I think I might have lost you. Your connection's a little bit dropped a little bit there.
Okay, am I back?
Yes.
Okay, I backed out.
I'm impressed. There's very little delay in the audio. The picture quality has been really good. Considering what you're wandering around in scattered Wi-Fi areas, it's been really good. So I'm impressed. Thank you for volunteering as tribute and jumping online.
Definitely. Good. Thank you for allowing me to show everyone my garden, and hello to everyone in chat.
I'm going to make sure I ask about your garden regularly from now on.
Awesome.
We want updates.
Awesome. All right.
When something blooms, when you get fruit on that dragon fruit, I better see pictures.
You will. I'll send you pictures before I send my mom pictures.
That's brave of you. I wouldn't ask you to do that, but thank you, Adam. Thanks so much. We'll catch you later, my friend.
All right. Take care.
See you. Bye. Okay, I think our test is done. I think our test is done. This almost seems like one of our recovery weekend streams where we have zero direction, and Oh, it's an orchid. Randy Rabbit is a woman. Sorry, I said sir, didn't I? Thank you, Randy Rabbit, for that. We'll get this figured out eventually. Let's see. An orchid. Nice flowers. Orchids are beautiful flowers. Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. I think we're done. Great test. It's been successful. Good times. You guys tested every possible function. We've done the audio. We've done the phone. We've done connections over several different devices. Did you talk with the attorney who has his own YouTube channel? Patricia, we did this morning. Patricia, we did. Dr. G was on this morning. The live stream is up. I've trimmed it so it starts right at the time he joins the live stream, because the whole reason why we're doing this test is we had some audio issues prior to him getting on the channel. It worked. I think the audio was great for Dr. G's interview. I think it was great. It was fun. We talked to him for I think over an hour. He was just answering questions as fast as could be. Will the software make roll call easier? Sharon, I wish. It actually does nothing for me in roll call. Zero. It's not helpful at all. It's actually a little more cumbersome because chat is narrower and thus moves faster. Yeah. Check burner. Let's see. Richard, I saw a picture of your of the orchid you sent. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful flower. I appreciate you sending that. I've got everything tied up, or else I would put it on the screen. But thank you. How can you join on a phone? Miranda, what happens is the way this live stream works through StreamYard, there's a key or a link I would have to send you, and you would either text me from the phone you want to join. I would text you back that link, and you just click on it and say allow it to use your camera and your audio, and you're in basically. So it's a pretty nice setup. Okay. Yes, Ivan says now I can debate Matthew Harris on video in real time. Yep, it's gonna be good. Okay, is it okay to close down the stream now? Now that the test was successful. Yep, Mrs. Ryan needs some of the equipment I'm using right now. So let's see. That was Nelly. Nelly, thank you. Appreciate the pick. Awesome little pooch pick. Okay. Miranda says, how do I join? We'll try one more. Miranda, you need this iPad? Okay, go ahead. Just unplug that. Okay, just unplug the USB. There we go. So, Miranda, I'll need you. Can you text? Are you local? Can you text, or are you in the US? Can you text the burner phone? If you can text the burner phone, just give me your name when you text, and I'll reply with the link. The number, hang on, it is. Let me put it in chat here. Oh, there it is. Watch took care of it. Here's the number right there. This is the burner phone number. Storm with a chance of rainbows. This was funny. Duke shared gifted 5 memberships during our test stream, and we got a huge super chat as well. A anniversary message for followers as well. It's been funny. I thought I was going to do this offline and just test everything myself and pretend to be the other person on another device. But when you guys started showing up, I thought, well, I might as well let you see behind the curtain a little bit. I did watch Zia's brother's interview. You're talking about the one that was with the DUI guy? Is that the one? I watched the one with DUI guy where they talked about our show, specifically the judge watching our live stream in court and playing the live stream in court. So that was interesting. Let's see. And the subscriptions went up. Everything was tested. All right, I see there, Miranda. Just 1 second. So we'll try this. The good thing about this is the stream link is good. it changes every time I go live. So I can share this, and if for some reason we get a troll who somehow convinces me to share the stream link with them, then I can, the next time we go live, that troll doesn't have access to just jump into the stream like that. Okay. I'm getting pictures of flowers from so many different people right now. I've got one called Belladonna, also known as Naked Ladies Flowers. Pictures that were sent. Beautiful flower there as well. Let's see. Miranda is added to the stream. Miranda, I will tell you, I cannot see your camera right now, so it might just be audio only, and that's okay if you want it that way. But when I click this button in about 3 seconds, whatever you say or do, it might be live. So here you go. Miranda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
And that's awesome. Just like that. Is that pretty easy?
Yes. Now, how do I become a member?
How do you become a member? What sort of phone are you on?
iPhone.
Okay. Well, there's 2 ways. There's actually 3 ways.
That's what I was talking about when I said, how do you join?
Oh, okay. This is well, thank you. I interpreted that as something else, but the way you can join, either you can by typing !join in chat, it will respond with a link there. You can go to. It's easier to do on a computer than an iPhone, but YouTube sent me a letter that said a week ago that said in the next 2 weeks iOS devices will have a join button.
Oh, wonderful.
They've figured it out. It's good and bad. It's good for all those people that, like yourself, that it's just not working any other way. The only bad part is Apple gets a 30% cut, and then Google gets a 30% cut, and then the tax guy gets a 25% cut, and then it comes to me. But I would rather you're able to do that. That would be fun. So don't feel bad about that anyway. I'll work that out with YouTube.
I could go on the computer.
The computer is easier, and it works right now. So if you have a Mac, you would want to go to Safari and just go to the YouTube channel and pull it up, and you'd be able to see the join button there once you've logged in on YouTube. Also, PCs will work doing the same way. You have to log in as yourself. You have to be logged in as the account that you use on your phone. Otherwise, you might join under a different account, and it wouldn't show up when you watch on your phone.
I just wanted to say I'm really happy for you, because I've noticed over the last several weeks how fast you've grown as a channel.
It's been fun. I attribute that all to some amazing trials that we've been watching, whether it's the Gwyneth Paltrow case that really developed a lot of interest, or this Letitia Stout as well. So
yeah, I watched the Gwyneth. It was really interesting. I was really surprised how much I was interested in the case, but you did a great job covering it. So I'm going to go ahead and join on the computer.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Obviously, you don't need to join. Just you being here is enough. But I appreciate you.
No, I really want to.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a great day.
You too. We'll see you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I think we're done. Does anyone have any questions about the equipment, about the desk, about how I run things? Now's your chance for behind the scenes. I will tell you, I have a terminal disease. I collect cables and cords and dongles and adapters. It's incurable. I've been doing it most of my life. I have more charger devices than I have devices in my house, because every time I have a charger, I always save it, even if I throw the device away or the device breaks, because you never know when you need another charger. So I have bins full of chargers. But I think that's about it for the equipment. I have a little bit more equipment that I don't use on the live stream. I have another audio board that looks much more complicated than this one. That's about the same size, that can run about 12 channels of audio. And I can mix sound effects, things like that way. But it's just not needed here. Just don't touch anything. Everything is working. Sharon, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm actually gonna diagram where we're at. Actually, you know what I can do right here on my software control for my switcher, which is on my screen right now. This is the electronic access to this machine. I can actually tell it to save the startup state. So anytime I power off the machine and turn it back on, it resets everything to exactly the way it is right now. How can I give you my totes of cords and such? Amber, no thanks. My wife would kill you and then me if you did that. So don't do that. We've agreed on one tote, and as long as I just keep it to one tote, I'm good. Test streams turned into 1 hour stream. I have baskets full and no idea what they do. Let's see. Knoxville agent says, my son saw your setup yesterday when he was watching, and he stopped in his tracks. He's 21. Mom, wow, look at that setup. Knoxville agent, I feel bad doing this. I could show you a little bit behind the scenes. As long as Mrs. R.A. doesn't see, I'll show you really quickly. This is embarrassing, okay? This is embarrassing. I have a cable organization issue. And is this a mod telling me don't do it, don't do it? Chat's not on screen. Oh, that's because I turned that off there. I will fix it. Amber, try to do exclamation point chat really quickly. Just Amber. Otherwise it will be on and off. Let's see if this works correctly. We'll see if I'll turn my face on as well. So Amber does the chat message. Let's see if it triggers. Oh, silly me. I'm sorry. It won't, because my wife took the iPad that is trying to reach out and make the change on. So I'll fix it. Okay. Now I'm going to save the startup state. Okay. All right. Anything else? I think we're good. I rebuild consoles and computers. I have a room full. Court in the morning is going to be fantastic. Lego my briefs. It's going to be amazing. Friday as well. Where did you learn to use all this equipment? Alice, I went to school for communications, electronic media. So I ran live streams for a lot of sporting events, live action sporting events, multi-camera shoots. I used switchers like this, but much bigger models. We used, at that time we had a couple new tech, let's see, what was it? TriCasters. The TriCasters, we had replay machines. We were feeding video that was going out on television. And so that's where I learned how to switch and manage the stress of having everything right. Obviously, I don't get that right here because there's not that much pressure. But I've been a cameraman for a lot of years in a lot of different capacities, both for the news, for the police, for everything from television shows to hot air balloon specials and everything in between. But let's see. So I went to school for it, and I've actually had a couple companies or endeavors, businesses where I started buying more equipment. I started a company many years ago where I call it Looking Back Video, where I made videos. I would go and I'd interview. Like a family member might buy a package where I'd interview their grandma or their mom and try to just sit down and get some of their stories recorded. And I put it to video, and I'd scan in photographs from their history, and I put a DVD together so they'd have these stories before they got lost in time. And so I put that together. The only problem was it would take me, I don't know, like 20 hours to edit a video. On top of 3 hours of shooting the video and the hours of planning and then scanning the pictures. It was so much work. I could not make money doing it because I could not charge anyone. No one could afford to pay how much work went into it. So I did end up making a couple videos. Most of them were for free. That got me into the love of camera work and just talking to people, and I've liked it ever since. Go play, Scott. You deserve the afternoon off. Okay, let's do that. Someone calling quick. No, Cass, I think it's over. I got the Go Play special. Did you ever do the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque? No, Brianne. I did one balloon festival. It was on Antelope Island in the middle of the Great Salt Lake in northern Utah. We were in the only balloon that launched. There was a brief window before the storm kicked up. They launched the balloon. I went up with the camera, got the video they wanted. And the storm came in. They blew us over the lake. Then we found a different altitude, blew back over the island, and crash landed the balloon. tore the balloon, everything. It was pretty dramatic. So I filmed that, and that was the only balloon that launched that entire weekend of the balloon festival. Bite Me, thank you very much. This place would not be the same without you. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate it. Thank you for your gifts today, even on a test stream that shouldn't have been a stream. You guys are amazing. We'll be back in court tomorrow. I guess I should play the music, right? Might as well just play the music. We'll be back in court tomorrow. I think we're going to start at 10 a.m. Court starts at 11 a.m. So we'll have an hour to do our catch up on everything. I love that people are tagging everybody. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, so court starts at 11 a.m. It's going to be awesome. Tried to flip it on earlier. It didn't work. I'll check the settings and see if I got something wrong in there. I have a cable addiction. Lisa, yes, I realized I did not show you behind the scenes. And maybe that's a good thing because Mrs. Ari would not be happy. Okay, I'll do it really quickly. Ready? No screenshots. Promise? Pinky swear? No screenshots. The cables, I have another switcher down there. See that little box with the red and white lights? That's a painter's ladder as well that has everything on it. But I've got another version of this switcher down there that runs my green screen and just cables everywhere. So anyway, there you go. Spaghetti. That's it. I need help. I need serious help. Thank you all. Have a good night. Have a great day. I appreciate you guys sticking with me through this. You guys are amazing. This is the best community in the world. You guys make it possible for me to have the best job in the world, which is just doing what I love. And I've never had anything like this before. It's a dream come true because of you guys. Thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Now I don't know how to turn it off. I can't mess with any of the buttons.